Here we are at GITEX 2021, one of the biggest tech shows in the world, talking with global thought leaders, industry experts, and I have to be very honest with you. This was the toughest negotiations I've ever had in my life to bring Chris Voss to this podcast. Chris, hello and welcome to our podcast.
I'm happy to be here. Thank you.
Of course, it is really our pleasure, and we are honored to have you here.
Thank you.
As you can see, your book, Never Split the Difference, was amazingly accepted here in the Middle East.
Right.
The lines for your autograph the books was really stretching for miles here in GITEX. What is your first impression about GITEX, the tech show, and the audience you have here in the Middle East?
Well, it's what I hope for, and most of the people here, similar to, I have a master class, and master class targets people who are curious and ambitious. And that really describes the people here that are at GITEX. They're curious, they want to get better, they're ambitious, they want to learn. They're upbeat, they're positive. They want to meet people from around the world. They see it as a global economy and global collaboration. All the things that I love to see, and people are getting better at negotiation. So I'm loving this.
It's interesting. Your book is really came from your vast experience in negotiations, but now you move to consulting business people about negotiations, which is less stressful.
Well, there's a saying, your biggest problem is your biggest problem. So all human beings, the caption of the book is negotiating as if your life depended on it. Depending upon where you are in life, you're trying to make a living. You're trying to move your life ahead. So everybody kind of reacts the same. And the difference now is I did a life-changing deal as a hostage negotiator. It saved somebody's life, but then they had to start their life over. In business, I'm teaching people how to do life-changing deals. They're not starting over, they're taking their life to the next level, and that's a lot of fun.
That's a lot of fun, and I'm sure that you receive a lot of thankful notes from people all around the world. And I'm sure the Middle East is also really becoming a home for a lot of people which are hungry to succeed.
Right.
And having said that, they have to negotiate from the start. What are some basic rules of negotiation that you will say? We are here at GITEX Future Stars, where a lot of startups are starting their negotiating life.
Right.
What would be just a few maybe first steps or insights of how do you start negotiation? Who didn't read the book, or to make them read the book?
Well, first of all, you're not going to make every deal. So don't pressure yourself to make every deal. One of the things that we teach people is it's not a sin to not get the deal. It's a sin to take a long time to not get the deal. So if you don't try to make every deal and you actually kind of look for early on the deals that are never going to be made, politely walk away. Now the deals that you are going to be made, before you make your points, hear the other side out. People are always much more agreeable if they feel like they've been heard out. And if somebody's more agreeable, then that means you're going to have to negotiate fewer points. And you're only going to need to focus on what really matters. So actually taking your time, letting the other side go first, which seems like it's a waste of time, saves time. It's a delay that saves time. Here's somebody out first. See if there's somebody you want to deal with. See if you like the deal. And then decide if you're going to make it.
Yes, startups at some point need that deal, need their things. But I think that this advice is amazing to them.
And let me throw in too, especially for a startup. It sounds crazy for somebody just starting out in business that you shouldn't try to make every deal because you're desperate. You got bills to pay. You got problems right now. You got to make money now. And that actually takes you hostage. And in 2 or 3 years, you're going to look back and say, I wasted a lot of time. I could have gotten farther if I hadn't tried to make every deal. So it's really counterintuitive, but you'll get traction with your company faster as soon as you stop trying to make every deal.
Amazing advices. Thank you very much for coming to our podcast. One last thing I would ask you. How would you negotiate with some best-selling author like you to come to GITEX next year? What would be your pitch to them?
Say, hey, what was your experience like this time? Would it be ridiculous to have a better experience next year?
So, come, yeah?
I look forward to it. I really want to come.
Chris, really looking forward to having you again in our podcast. Thank you very much for your time. And keep safe and sign a lot of books.
And never split the difference.
And okay, I'll look there. And never split the difference. Thank you very much.